There's more life in football, right, Hank? Yeah, Jim. It's much more life than swinging bats, though. Paychecks? That's one of the best parts about being a pro athlete. This may be poor social etiquette. How much did you make? Not enough? Like 240? You probably made more. 60K, partner. Okay, well, I'm still correct. No, what? Listen, the value of the dollar was more when you played. Okay? I know what I'm talking about. Good evening, gentlemen. My name is Ivan, and I'll be your server today. May I start you off with some water? Awesome, be right back. You just said you made double what I made. Listen, I get it, baseball's more popular, but I did play in Cleveland. And we did have a generic helmet as a logo. Here you gentlemen go. A little water. Our specials today are Bulgarian oysters, along with the real Florida oranges, and also some allegedly Atlantic caught fish sticks. Let me know if that interests you. Listen, Jim, all I'm saying is 240 was worth a lot much more back in your day. If you don't mind me interrupting, I know a Harvard guy named Mankiw, and in his book, in chapter 24, he talks about something that might be helpful to you. Hank, who's this guy again? I think he said his name was Irvin. It's Ivan. Tell you what, Irvin, go get us some Bulgarian oysters as an appetizer. Are they freshly caught? I believe so. Jim, you hear any waves splashing over in the kitchen? All I hear is Irvin breathing. We'll take the oysters. Chop chop, man. Wait. I'll have a glass of oat milk. You got it, sir. And for you? How about the OJ? Store brand OJ or the real Florida orange juice? What's the difference? 75 cents. Well, the real Florida orange. Store brand. Come right up.
5 minutes later.
You gentlemen have to excuse me. I'm so sorry it took me so long to get your Bulgarian oysters. They're right here. Yeah, we're just having supply chain issues. Urban's definitely getting a 1-star on Yelp. I was looking through my guided notes and I saw something that, might be able to help you. Have either of you ever heard of something called CPI? Is that a baseball stat? Well, yes, it's a stat, but not for baseball. CPI stands for Consumer Price Index. So we define this as the measure for overall cost of goods and services bought for a typical consumer. Think of a typical consumer will put in a basket that they purchase, right? So shoes, food, clothes, even factor in cars, homes, education, many things. I see. Keep going. Well, if you don't mind me asking, and please excuse my lack of social etiquette, how much do you gentlemen make? Well, I made 60K back in 1965, and I made about 240,000 back in 1975. So let me explain CPI. There are 5 steps to calculating it. The first is to fix the basket with typical goods and services a consumer would buy. The second is to find their prices. The third would be to compute the cost of the basket. The fourth is going to be to choose a base year, and then we're going to complete the index. And then the fifth and final one is going to be to compute the inflation rate. So mathematically, this is how we calculate CPI. So we would be dividing the cost of the market basket in our current year by the cost of the same market basket in our base year, and then multiply it by 100. So for example, let's say your basket consists of bats, helmets, and a baseball glove. Okay? And let's also say that the base year costs about $14 for the glove, $27 for the bat, and I don't know, $21 for the helmet. Right? Now in our current year, the glove is going to cost $55, probably about $120 for the bat, and then probably about $75 for the helmet. Okay, fair. Let's also say you want to start a travel team called the Juice Crew, and you need to buy matching equipment for a team of 15 players. To field your team in your base year, your equipment will run you about $930. To field that same number of players in our current year prices, it would cost almost $3,750. Hey, that's a lot for some kids that ain't mine. So finally, we want to measure the inflation for your market basket. So if we divide $3,750 by $930 and then multiply that by 100, it gives us 403. Now, I also forgot to mention that CPI for our base year is equal to 100. So this would be about a 303 increase in the price for our market basket. Let me ask you gentlemen something. Did the bats get bigger or the gloves? Players' muscles did. That's a different story. I'll try to keep quiet, but this is what it means for you gentlemen in terms of who actually made more money. So if you translate $60,000 in 1965 to $1975, that equates to roughly $102,476. Is that helpful? Wait, how'd you get that? Well, it's first established that our base year for CPI is about 1982-ish through, I don't know, about 1984, right? So, and that is set to 100. Since both 1965 and 1975 are prior to that, we're going to assume that their CPI level is lower. The CPI level for 1965 is 31.5, while the CPI level for 1975 is 53.8. What we should do is we should divide 53.8 by 31.5 and multiply that by 60,000. That'll give us a number, I don't know, about $102,476. Hey, you're wrong. Wrong. I didn't mean to cause conflict. I was just trying to be helpful. Yeah, thanks, Irvin. We'll have the check. Yes, one moment, please.
11 minutes later.
I'm going to leave the check right here. No rush on it at all. Thank you so much for coming in tonight. It was a pleasure hosting you, and we hope to see you again. Have a good one. Dude, those oysters suck. They taste like onions. And Irvin was so arrogant. Hey, I'll tip him 75 cents in 2022 dollars. I'll pay that check in 1925 dollars. Yeah, let's get out of here.